often want what's called a more me headphone mix. So the singer wants to hear themselves a little louder. The guitar player wants to hear themselves a little louder. Bass player, drummer, same thing. So I'm going to now, let's set all the current pan settings. Alright, so now I'm going to select all my drums, and our drums are in Qmix 4. So if I wanted to send the bass signal more to the drummer, I adjust this here, more to the bass player, to the guitars, and to the vocalists. These are this track, how it's being sent out to the different Qmixes. So now I have my drums selected. I'm going to have my quick link turned on, and now I want to tweak my drums. I'm going to select my guitar parts, and then go to my guitar Qmix, and we'll adjust that there. So now I can actually switch between the different Qmixes right here. So as I'm playing, I'm listening to... Now when I listen to the drummer's Qmix, I click on Qmix 4. That's what the drummer is hearing. What the bass player is hearing. And what the guitar player wants to hear. That way, in just a matter of seconds, you can have their Qmixes set up.
Is 4 the number? I see there's a space
four
at the end.
different Qmixes.
Oh, okay,
to work
thank you.
with. I'm trying to get more.
Okay.
So.
Well, there's an empty space there. I was just thinking if you could just pop them up.
Yeah, some people use like aux ends if you need to do more, and you can treat it very similarly. But let's say now, as you're doing the Qmix, the click track is also very critical. And a lot of times the singer may not want to hear the click track. It can be a little distracting. So you can actually pick and choose which musicians hear the click. So the singer doesn't want to hear the click, so the click track isn't being routed out to the singer. But the singer wants to hear a little bit of reverb. So you can actually click on your setup, go to the vocal Qmix, and add plugins. I do this with one of my good guitar playing friends, whose amp is maybe okay for a club and in his bedroom, but not for recording. So we plug him up, and I hook up a DI box, and I tell him it's for impedance purposes. And then record him direct, and I monitor the VST amp rack for him. So he's tracking, he's hearing that. He's like, I told you my amp was awesome. It's like, yeah, you're right. You know, not using it again, you know. So, but he's clueless about it. So, but we also have talkback mics. So if I wanted to come here, we can have the talk. So we have a little button, and all these functions in the control room are keyboard shortcut addressable. So I have, like when I'm tracking, a foot switch, like a sustain pedal, and I turn that on for talkback. So now I could come directly here and say, okay, I click talk enable for the 4 different headphone mixes, and I can say, yeah, that was a wonderful take. And then I turn the bass players off. The bass players screwed up. We're going to do it again. Sorry. Smile. Yeah, all right. Let's nail it this time. So you can pick and choose who is hearing the talkback mic versus who isn't. Now, also, sometimes, like, when you get to the drums may need to have the click track boosted. And their Qmix really loud to get over the volume of the drums. So you can send the signal level louder to the drum player than you do the bass player. The bass player may want to hear the click, but he wants to hear the click only really, kind of down. But he may want to hear the click only in his left speaker and the drums in his right speaker of his headphones. So you can do stuff like that as well. But the beauty is this is all stored within the project.